This is How to Focus Bundle, 2-in-1 bundle. Improve concentration and master your focus. Written by Wesley Osborne and Barry Lofton. Read by Marcus Mulenga. This is Improve Concentration, the ultimate guide to complete concentration. Learn the effective techniques on how to improve your concentration and stay focused to fulfill your dreams. Written by Wesley Osborne. Read by Marcus Mulenga. Chapter 1. An Introduction to the Power of Concentration. If only you could concentrate more, you could probably accomplish almost anything. This might sound somewhat hyperbolic, but it's true. Ultimately, success often comes down to who is willing to work the hardest and the longest. And if you put more effort into anything, then you'll be more likely to succeed. Imagine for a moment that you are a writer who earns $2 for every 100 words you write. That might not seem much, but now imagine that you will be able to write 25,000 words a day. Now you're earning a lot, right? That's $500 a day. In your job, you probably aren't paid based directly on your output, but that doesn't mean that you can't achieve more by working harder or longer. Ask yourself this: how many hours of your working day do you really spend producing your optimal amount of output? For most of us, we only really work our very best for a couple of hours a day. The rest of the time, we spend looking at emails, we spend surfing the web, or we spend on Facebook. Imagine if you had infinite concentration. Imagine if you could work solidly for the full 8 hours. You'd accomplish much more than the rest of your team put together, and it would only be a matter of time before your salary reflected that. You'd never have to stay late, and in fact, you'd probably get to go home early a lot of the time. It's not just in our careers where concentration really matters, though, either. In the rest of our lives, concentration is equally important. Imagine how much better your relationship would be if you were always giving your partner your full attention. Imagine how much you'd improve as a parent if your mind wasn't on other things. Concentrating on what is going on around you even makes you more alert and more focused when you're out and about. This makes you better at responding to a crisis situation and is what the special forces call situational awareness. In other words, being able to concentrate on what matters and being able to stay focused at all times is the secret to doing more and to do everything better. How does that sound? What is concentration really? This audiobook, as you've probably guessed by now, is all about putting you back in the driving seat and giving you full, unflinching mastery over your mental faculties. Once you listen to this audiobook to its conclusion, you'll be able to harness the full power of your brain at all times and put your focus exactly where it needs to be. To do this, though, you're going to need to know what focus really is and what all that actually entails. That means we're going to delve very quickly into some neuroscience, which is going to serve as the basis for everything else you'll learn over the course of this audiobook. Don't worry if any of it doesn't make sense. You don't actually need to understand it to take full advantage of the tips we'll be looking at. Executive control and the salience network. So, what exactly happens in the brain when you concentrate? Actually, a number of things are at play. Firstly, you have an increase in specific neurotransmitters such as dopamine, norepinephrine, and acetylcholine. These are similar to hormones that are produced in the brain and which alter our mood, our memory, and more. The neurotransmitters associated with attention and concentration are called the catecholamine neurotransmitters and are similar to those produced during a fight or flight response. When you have an abundance of these chemicals in the brain, it causes you to stay more engaged, to remember what happens better, and to generally be more alert.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?